cord. Okay. And we'll hide these. All right, so again, we're talking about substitution, and then we have a lot of practice today. And for some of you who have been itching to like get your, you know, your algebra hat on, we've got some practice today with 3 variables. That's kind of above and beyond the normal. So, we'll see how quickly we can get to that. This is a review. We've already talked about substitution. We talked about it the other day. So everybody should have their notes in front of them and be ready to write in pencil. All right, let's go. I'm just looking around. I'm not seeing all the notes. I just want to make sure you guys are all set to go here. Thank you. Okay. All right, so let's just review, and then we'll do some problems together. So remember, when we substitute, we have 3 lines of work. Does anybody remember what those 3 lines of work are? Mira? That's all right. Anybody remember? Macy, go ahead. Pretty close. Formula, and then what's the word of the thing that we're actually doing today? Yep, good job. Formula, substitute, solve. So, I say formula and problem, right? So it's either formula or problem, substitute, solve. It depends on what kind of problem we're doing. In algebra, it could be either. So let's just start with this problem right here. We've got Nathan bought 22 postcards. Kellen bought Y times as many postcards as Nathaniel. How many postcards did Kellen buy? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a bar model. All right. So if Nathaniel bought 22 postcards, we're going to make our bar model look like this. Kellen bought Y times as many, right? We don't know how much that is. But how could we write an algebraic expression for 22 times Y? Isaiah? No. How about Y times is many? How could we write an algebraic expression for that? Wait. That's a Y. Those are 22s and there's a Y in the middle. Oh. Maybe ignore the bar model for a second if that's tripping you up. Let's just read through the problem. Nathaniel bought 22 postcards. Kellen bought Y times as many postcards. Y. Yeah, exactly. 22 times Y. How do I write that properly? Michael? Y. No. Piper? 22Y, exactly. And then we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we are adding labels today. All right. So 22Y postcards. So go ahead and add your parentheses and your labels. And I am not seeing everybody take notes here, so we need to make sure. No problem. Go grab a set, please. Do we all have that on the first slide of our notes and we're ready to move on? McKinley. Sure. Okay, that is a really good question. Uh-oh. Oh, I need to lock my my tablet. Sorry, guys. Who's dizzy? Okay. The point of the parentheses is that when we put something in parentheses, that means that whatever the label is distributed across all of the terms in the parentheses. Okay, so like it's not as important. We're going to do it because we want to develop that good habit. But when we have multiplication, if we were to just write 22Y postcards, that would, since everything is multiplication, that would mean postcards still applies to 22Y. But where this becomes important is if we have something like, let's say we have 2 plus N postcards, all right? If I were to write it like this, what that would mean is I have the number 2 plus N postcards. And so that 2 might be something different. We don't know. So we need to put that in parentheses so that the label is distributed across everything in parentheses. Does that answer your question? Okay. All right, awesome. You don't need to write the 2 plus N down, guys. All right, let's keep going. Okay. All right, so we're just right now, we're just doing a couple problems where we're reviewing, writing the algebraic expressions, and then we're going to substitute in some values for those variables. All right, Alyssa bought 8 books at $8 each and a magazine for $8. How much money did she spend altogether? So let's go ahead and draw a bar model. I bet you guys can tell me. How much money did she spend, Declan?
She spent 8 plus A.
She didn't spend 8 plus A. 8 times A. Yep, each one of those units would equal A, right? Now, hold on just a second. Let's write A in all of those. Yep. She also bought a magazine for $8. How much did she spend altogether? Ooh, now it's tricky, isn't it, you guys? We got to write an algebraic expression for this. Rajveer? Well, that's this part, right? Good job. So that's 8A. But we want to know how much she spent altogether. Can we write an expression for that, guys? Piper? Yes, it would be. It would be 8A plus 8. And then how would I finish this off with a correct label? Ashlyn? Yes, exactly. But I'm going to have to put that in parentheses because I want to make sure that $ distributes across everything in the parentheses. Okay. How is this for everybody? You guys doing okay with this? Give me a thermometer. Good so far? We're going to have lots more practice, my friends. Okay. All right, let's do some actual substitution problems now. Okay, let's repeat after me. Formula, substitute, solve.
Formula, substitute, solve.
Great job. Now remember, the formula can mean formula or a problem, either one, okay? All right, so problem, substitute, solve. 3 lines of work. Okay, so here's an example. Let's solve for n plus 4 when n equals 6. What's the first thing I start with, folks? Just say it. Formula or problem. So we're going to start by rewriting the problem. What do I substitute in on the next line for n? Landon? Formula, substitute, solve. It says when n equals 6. What do you think? Like, don't try to solve in your head right now. I just want you to tell me what to write next. You're gonna phone a friend. Okay.
Whenever it says n equals 6, and 6 plus n
is
the 6, and so
yep.
6 plus 4 is 10.
Yep. So on that next line, good. You would write 6 plus 4. Does that make sense, Landon? And then you can, whoopsies. Where did it go? There it is. And then we're going to finish it off by writing the answer. You can write this 2 ways. So it's always 3 lines of work. But it's acceptable with these kinds of problems if you write equals 10 right there. That's okay too. Okay. Let's do another one. You guys ready? Wait. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay. All right, then we can move on. Okay, so now we've got a division problem. We have n over 2 when n equals 6. All right, what's our first line of work? Macy? Yep, exactly. We're going to rewrite the problem. What's our next line of work? We're going to substitute on this line. Morgan? 6 divided by 2. Great job. What's our final line of work? What's the answer? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Kylie? Good. Equals 3. And let's go ahead and box that. It's good to be in the habit of boxing your answers. I'm not supposed to take notes from you. Go, just write down the answer. You need to write down everything on the slide. My pen does that randomly. It's
Yeah.
annoying. I'm sorry. Yes, Morgan.
Can we put parentheses around the first one?
So not on this one because there's no label that we need. So you don't need parentheses on this. All right. So let's do some practice, okay? You guys have those? I'm gonna hand out some practice sheets. And we're gonna see how many we can get done during this class period. Okay, hang on just a second. I'm gonna pause this.